She replaced her sister as a nanny for one day, unaware the single dad was a millionaire who'd been watching her all along. Emma Carter wasn't supposed to be there that morning. Her sister, Lily, had come down with the flu, and in a last-minute plea, begged Emma to cover her nanny shift for just one day. Emma, who had just been laid off from her job at a local bookstore, had plenty of time, but not much spirit. Still, when she saw Lily curled under a blanket with tissues and tea, she couldn't say no. It's just one day, Emma told herself. What could possibly happen? She arrived at the sprawling house in the quiet suburbs, half expecting someone important to answer the door. Instead, a kind older woman, the housekeeper, greeted her warmly and led her inside. The child, Ava, was already waiting in the living room, dressed like a little princess, her eyes filled with cautious curiosity. Emma knelt to Ava's level and smiled. Hi there. I'm Emma. I'm your nanny today. Ava didn't smile back. Where's Miss Lily? She's not feeling well. But I promise I'll take good care of you. The child nodded slowly, still unsure. Emma spent the day doing everything her heart had always naturally leaned toward, reading to Ava, dancing with her in the kitchen, making up silly songs and braiding her hair while telling her fairy tales. She didn't notice the quiet footsteps upstairs, or the way someone occasionally peeked down from the second-floor balcony. That someone was Ava's father, Daniel Whitmore, a successful entrepreneur, widowed young, and determined to give his daughter the world, even if it meant hiding his own loneliness behind business meetings and boardrooms. Daniel had hired Lily through an agency. She was sweet and responsible. But Emma, there was something different about her. In just a few hours, she had coaxed Ava out of her shell in ways he hadn't seen in months. He watched as Ava giggled during a puppet show Emma made from socks. Watched as Emma offered to help the housekeeper with dishes, even when she thought no one was watching. She didn't know who he was. She didn't even ask. But the warmth she gave came without agenda. Later that afternoon, as Ava napped on the couch, her little hand wrapped around Emma's pinky, Daniel finally introduced himself. You must be Emma, he said gently. Emma startled, quickly standing. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to fall asleep. You didn't, he said, smiling. But you did something else. She looked confused. You brought my daughter joy today. Real joy. That's rare. Emma blushed. She's a special little girl. Daniel hesitated before continuing. I run a company. I've met thousands of people. But few leave the kind of impression you have in just one day. Emma didn't know what to say. She wasn't used to compliments like that, especially not from a man in a suit, standing in a home twice the size of anything she'd ever known. I want to offer you a job, Daniel said. Not just as Ava's nanny. I want you to lead a foundation I've been quietly funding, a reading and kindness program for underprivileged kids. It needs someone like you. Someone real. Emma stared at him, stunned. Why me? Because today, you reminded my daughter what joy feels like, he said. And you reminded me what hope looks like. Tears welled in Emma's eyes. She had come to help her sister for a single day, jobless, unsure of her path, and now, in the most unexpected of ways, she was being offered a future she never dreamed of. A month later, Emma was walking Ava to school, hand in hand, while overseeing plans for mobile libraries and story circles in underserved communities. Daniel watched from the porch, a quiet smile on his face, not just because of the work she was doing, but because of the way Emma had brought light back into both their lives. Sometimes, the smallest detours lead to the most extraordinary destinations. Emma thought she was simply helping for a day. But in her kindness, she rewrote the story of 3 lives, proving that love, purpose, and healing often arrive when we least expect them, wrapped in the simplest acts of care. And sometimes, saying yes, just once, is all it takes to change everything.